stakeholders written on their panel in front of them. And each of these students from Sociology 100, Monday, Wednesday, 12:30 class, has researched the part they were playing and has created their own scripts. I have no idea what they're going to say. I hope it's what we've covered in class, but we shall see. You never know. Anyhow, we're going to start with one of the worst problems we have, and that is a corporate-controlled media.
Aloha. We are the media, and the multinational corporations and the World Bank own us. We keep the American people dumbed down. Like, we show them the ads in the paper and or the newspapers, and we tell them to keep shopping and shopping their money off. They can lose their budget. No, just kidding. Yeah. Oh, we control 90% of what the American people read, watch, or listen to. And to keep our jobs, we do what the corporations tell us to do, or we're firing.
You know us, you love us. We show you all the world happenings and things that really affect your life with striking truth and unbiased reporting. Psych, we don't do that. We are the media, and our job is to blind the American people to the truth. We are the middleman of corporate rule, showing everyone a view of life in which profit is king. Why worry about what's going on in third world countries when you can worry about who wore it best on the red carpet? Why keep up with politics when you can keep up with the Kardashians? Why worry about who's in the running to be our next leader when you can worry about who's in the running for the Best Kiss Award at the MTV Movie Awards? We want you to be patriotic. America is number one. So of course, anyone who opposes us must be a terrorist. Terrorists aren't trying to defend their countries from our twisted control. No, no, no. They're just jealous of our amazing obesity, provided by the fast food corporations. Who wouldn't want more cushion for the pushing, right? We don't want you to focus on those who are actually working for a better world, like the United Nations, or the non-governmental organizations, or even the environmentalists. We want you to keep your thoughts at home on scandals that really don't matter in the grand scheme, like where our president was born, or the love child of popular celebrities. We'd rather have you picking up on the latest sales at your department store, or watching the latest big movie, or playing the cutting-edge new video game. We want you to be distracted. And you know what? You American people have and still are responding exactly the way we want you to. Ask a group of people who their state representatives are, and maybe 2 out of 6 of them will be able to tell you. Ask them which pro basketball teams are competing in the national tournament, and 5 of the 6 of them will correctly respond. We love this. We don't care. As long as the multinational corporations keep our pockets full, we'll continue to help them propagandize our nation, even if in the end, it brings us all down. Thank you.
are becoming like the third world nations. Our middle class is in crisis, we are in debt, jobless is increasing, and food is more expensive. All we do is listen to the media, as we all do, read newspapers and watch news and believe all the bullshit that they've been telling us throughout the advertisements. Schools are in poor quality, tuitions is being hiked up in colleges, and the hunger is increasing. Meanwhile, the U.S. is still the wealthiest nation, except the precious little wealth that is going to us. The people create wealth with our labor. They use our tax-paying dollars to increase all the wars that's going on and providing of all the ammunitions and everything that's going to the third world nations.
Yeah, we are the American people, the other 99%, the hard workers. We believe everything the radio and the news tells us. We lose our work to the third world peasants. We know nothing of what the CIA does, which I've learned they are some of the worst people in the world. We are the wealthiest nation, but still many families go poor, and the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. Yeah, well, I'd say that we like and hate the corporations because they give us jobs, but they give it to us at a real low pay, and either you take it or you don't, because there's somebody else calls in on another job. And yeah.
I'm the Third World Military, and I'm pretty much a tool. And I'm trained by the CIA and the School of Americas to oppress third world peasants and workers. And anyone that speaks up or tries to have a voice, I pretty much make an example of them and truly take over their land if it's occupied and the corporations that only want it.
Thanks to you, the multinational corporation, I was born in 1995 to open trade for the benefit of all. I operate a system of trade rules. These rules are to ensure that trade flows freely as possible to meet economic development and well-being. Bullshit. The rules I make are on trade and investment regulations are kept secret. Regulations are written by large corporate entities. Therefore, I am all for profit. Call me anti-labor, anti-consumer protection, and anti-environment. I could care less about your well-being, peasants, and the Americans. I further the gap between the wealthy and the world's poor. I allow toxic imports to cross countries' borders. I set regulations to ensure profit by lying and mislabeling your products. I am a separate legal entity. I am not accountable to voters or any country's government. I am more powerful than democratic processes.
So, like she said, WTO, the World Trade Organization. It sounds like something good, right? You think trade is beneficial to all, but really, it's not beneficial to any of you guys except for the multinational billionaire over there and a couple of us WTO. So, we're outright evil. We only care about money. Not just money, but money that makes money. We want profits. We don't care about the environment. We don't care about the people. We don't care about the world that our kids are gonna live in. We just want money. More money and more money. We're backed by the most powerful people in the game, unfortunately. We don't care about environmentalists because they really don't have a chance of stopping us. The church has no power. Third world peasants, you guys do us some good labor. Thank you for making us so much money at such a low price. We're the weapon wielded by the multinational corporations to suck, essentially, the resources and the life out of any nation or any country that's ignorant or desperate enough to sign our trade agreements, like NAFTA. Our newest one, TPP, I'm sure you guys will be learning about this, the Trans-Pacific Partners. This is gonna wreck our economy. I'm sorry, this is gonna wreck your guys' economy, because really I'm the bad guy. They're destroying the world in the name of trade. We want and create deregulations of labor laws, environmental protection laws, anti-consumer laws, and human rights right out the window for money. We have the right to overrule any laws that impede our profits. Meaning if you have environmental protection laws and you signed our agreement, we could sue you for money, get your money, change your law, and make more money on top of that. That's how good we play the game. So basically, we could care less about the world, the environment, the people, even our own, or even democracy, because we want fascist dictators. We want war, because that creates opportunity to make more profits for us. We're fueled by greed, by the military-industrial complex and globalization. Third worldization, yep, that makes us money. We will continue to exploit the world's resources on behalf of profits. Unless you, the American people, and the people of the world do something about it. Good luck.
I'm a third world government and elite, and my country is, we don't have so much money, and then not develop. So we need money to develop our country. So World Bank asked me, you need money? So I say yes. But I cannot pay back the money. So they control our country resource and education and law. It called SAP, Structural Adjustment Program. They cut back food, healthcare, education. So I'm third world government, but I cannot govern my country. And then if I don't obey World Bank or IMF, CIA kill me. I should obey. I cannot decide.
Hi, so we are the CIA and the Pentagon, and a lot of people think we're all about security. Like, we operate behind this veil, so nobody knows what we're all about. They just think we're all about security. But when you really get to know us, we care about money just as much as everybody else, these corporations, the World Trade Organizations, and the World Bank. So this is pretty much how we operate behind the scenes. We have this thing called School of Americas, or you can call it School of Assassins, because that's pretty much what we do. So we go through the Third World military, and we're like, okay, come to our School of Americas, where we're all about democracy and protecting democratic values. So congratulations, you just graduated 10 members from our glorious School of Americas. Oh wait, what is that? National corporations, World Bank, and World Trade Organizations. You have someone in Chile that you don't like very much? Oh, you want us to get rid of them? Okay, we'll just buy these guns from the arms dealers and give them to the Third World military, and they can take care of them. Oh, so just in case the Third World military doesn't succeed in getting rid of these non-democratic savages, we'll send in our own army and take care of them. Oh, what is that? 5,000 died in Chile today? Oh, we don't want anybody to know that in America. We just go to the corporations who own the media to tell them not to tell the American people. And that is what happens behind the scenes of the CIA/Pentagon.
So like he said, the School of Americas, like this guy graduated from, they're trained to torture and basically kill off people. Like he did, he just killed off his government, his own government. That's what he was trained to do. Basically, the media feeds the Americans that we're great people protecting them. So, of course, the American people are going to support me and carry around this CIA support pen. And just to let you know, there's actually a mic in there so I can listen to every word you say. So we spy on Americans without even telling them, and they'll never know. Our tax dollars, basically, Americans' tax dollars, it says 59%, but it's actually 60 right now. 60% of your tax dollars actually go to us to make weapons, to train these people for the School of Americas, and just keep making more weapons. And actually, since the birth of the CIA, we've killed over 6 million people in third world countries. That's it. Thank you.
I represent the federal government. We were made to pass laws in favor of the American people, so they're the ones that vote us into Congress. But what the American people don't know is that I've been bought out by the multinational corporations over here in favor of their laws and what they want going on around in Congress. And what they do is they give me money to run, but they also pay the media to tell the American people more about me than the person that's running against me. We sign laws for the World Trade Organization so that they don't turn around and sue us, even though it's the rights of the people. And right there. I got some laws here, boss. They're for better medical, better labor, for the unions. I'm not gonna make you any money. Okay, I'm done.
Hello, we are the IMF, World Bank, and IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. So kind of, what you guys, we like to hide behind is we are people that like to go to third world countries and offer them money so they can develop their country, so they can have a better economy. But in reality, we're not exactly that positive. So what we like to do is go to third world countries like this, and we like to ask them to sign what we call a SAP, or a structural adjustment policy. Now this structural adjustment policy allows us to have control on almost all of their funding, their military, their resources, their education, everything that their government can control, we can control. Now, if we were to come to their country and ask them, will you sign the policy? Sometimes they say no. And if they say no, we call our friends at the Pentagon, the CIA, and ask them to get rid of them. We don't care how they get rid of them, we just want them to get rid of them. And we'll keep doing that until somebody gets elected into the office of that third world country and starts signing our policies. Now once they sign our policies, this opens up multiple doors for different kinds of people to come inside. You have multinational corporations, arms dealers, the CIA can come in and start teaching military strategies to their own government and their own military people. And that pretty much equals out to us invading their country from the back door. we're pretty much the middleman that actually opens up the door for other corporations and military personnel to come in. Thank you.
Alright, so we are the global labor movement. We represent unions across the world working for better living conditions, better pay, holidays, stuff like that. But we're constantly brought down by the heads of this game, brought down by the CIA. Union members are killed for activism and fighting against the power. WTO, World Trade Organizations, they do not like what we're doing. They make these agreements like TTP and NAFTA, and they say it's for the better of the people. They say they want to bring in corporations and give these people work and develop these countries, but they aren't. They're paying these people cents a day, like 70 cents for a 12-hour shift, and that's just not how the world should work. We're pro-economic development, pro-labor, but only if the people get what they deserve. People, workers of the world, unite against the power. You deserve better.
Everybody, we're the United Nations, and we are a democratic organization. We were set up to help organize the nations of the world to avoid the spread of war, disease, and environmental devastation. We have helped the environmentalists in planting over 1 billion trees, and we are not a world government. I know the federal government is not our friend, nor is the CIA, nor is the WTO. Yeah, you too. Or the multinational corporations. And the arms dealers and the terrorists, if they had a choice, they would shoot us.
We are an international organization that was founded after World War II to stop wars and help nations coexist peacefully. Our mission is to maintain international peace and security, promote human rights, combat diseases, and diminish world hunger.
Although we try to do good, we get very little done. We are not a government, so the Big Five, which includes the U.S. government, is in charge of what politics and programs are passed. And because the right-wing conservatives in the U.S. government are against the UN, they refuse to sign our resolutions. And so we support environmentalists and NGOs.
And just so everyone knows that the federal government has not paid their debt to date.
I am your terrorist, but I am their freedom fighters. I am pissed off, fed up, and brave. I am a sacrifice. I am making my move in this game of chess, your monopoly. You come onto our soil, you kill our people, you take our resources, but when I make my move, you kill me on spot. You are free, you're a joke. You American people are lazy, arrogant, fat, dumbed down. I am sick of you. Where are you? IMF, World Bank. Whoa. You take advantage of my people, the lack of money we have. You, sir, are a joke. Somebody caught me gun. Let's see here. The media counts on making me look bad, but they don't want to tell the truth. I am here defending my people, as you do with yours, but you are not a terrorist, and I am. CIA, Pentagon, you think that they are here to protect you. When they sneak into my country and kill us when we do not cooperate with the World Bank. America is arrogant and dumb. I am misunderstood. I am your terrorist and their freedom fighter.
Okay, we are the arms dealers. We represent the Acme Gun Corporations. And our motto is, if you need somebody beat, we got your heat. If you need somebody done, we got your gun. Understand? Oh, we're about money, and that's all we care about. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. We got to thank the big homie from the Multi Corporation. He keeps all the third world governments oppressed, which makes our pockets fat. The more guns sold, the more happier we are. We love war because we will sponsor both sides of the game to make change. Terrorists, keep up the good work. We got what you need too. We'll sell to kids. We'll sell to the third world military, the third world government. We love them because they stay oppressed and in our pocket. We like the media because the media keeps people dumbed down and scared, which makes them go out and buy more guns, which makes us happy.
So we represent arms dealers, so basically all we care about is profits. So if we want profits, we gotta go to the person with the most money, which is the multinational corporations. They're the big boss. So, I mean, they help us get money, fill our pockets and everything, but we also need more money, so we also sell to the enemies, which is the terrorists and the third world government, so they can fund their third world military. And all we do is care about profits, so I mean, we make bank and we stay in the dark because the multinational corporations control the media. So basically, you don't even hear about us. We're like in the shadows. That's it, we just make money, thank you.
What's up, bitches? I'm the multinational corporation, and the only thing I care about is making money. I work with the CIA, the World Bank, and the World Trade Organization to gain control of the third world nations. The CIA will go in and they will get rid of leaders if they don't want to cooperate and find me a new one. The World Bank then goes in, puts these nations into incredible debt. Thank you, World Bank. And then the World Trade Organization will go and deregulate this nation until they pretty much don't have any regulations. Thank you. Every so often, these third world peasants will decide to uprise against the corporation and fight for their rights. It's pretty funny because, I mean, they're ridiculous. I'm the most powerful man alive. I have a deal with the arms dealers over here, and we actually have a very nice military industrial organization where I make weapons, they sell weapons. So they go and sell weapons to the third world military over there, bossy on your cell phone. And they will actually keep the status quo, keep the leader that I want in control. And this is very beneficial for me. And of course, I sell all the best weapons to America. I wouldn't want to stomp on America, but you know, I sell all my other weapons to other nations that need them too, because why shouldn't I make more profit? You may be asking, so I go into these third world nations and I make my sweatshops and whatnot, and these workers love to have me there, of course, because they get to make a couple dollars a day. I mean, that works out for me. And then in the race to the bottom, I get to move my sweatshops into other nations that have less regulations so that I can make even more profit. And you may be asking, how's that I don't know about this? Well, thanks to my puppets over here, the media that I own, by the way, they do exactly what I want them to do. They tell you what I want you to hear, and they don't tell you what I don't want you to hear. This is how you don't know about all of my shenanigans. Thank you to the American people, because without your globalness, I don't know how I would make all this money. Fighting for freedom, thanks for the fight. I mean, gets me all that money because of all that oil, and then I can just destroy the environment while I'm there. No big deal. Yeah, that's all I have to say for right now. Environmentalists, you're up.
I'm an environmentalist. I don't even know why I'm sitting by you. We are not friends. I care about this earth and everyone on it. So for this guy, the WTO over there, and the World Bank, I'm pretty cool with the terrorists sometimes. The media doesn't hear me out unless you find me dead, and then you see me on the media. But you don't see me when I'm trying to defend the American people and the people in the third world countries who's practically poisoned in the waters and stuff. Let me ask you this, can I piss in your water? Why? It'll probably be safer than what you're giving to the third world countries over there. In their water. I know, I better watch what I say before the CIA comes. Not much people know about the environmentalists and what they actually try to accomplish and what they try to do due to the media controlled by the corporations. They get sought out after, as soon as they start finding out deep information about what's actually being done in this world and how we're using pesticides and just destroying water sources, GMOs, all this kind of stuff. Birth defects for Americans with the GMOs. Most of us do not know about this due to the media controlled by this asshole over here. And then I got to sit by this guy? Come on, guys. What the hell? I wish I had a CIA too. But we try our best. We're getting less and less of environmentalists due to media shutting us down, making up fake rumors. Most of them is fake, but it gets around. The American people doesn't like us anymore due to that. And all I can do is try and try not to get killed.
Hi everyone, I represent the church and I'm here to tell you all the good things that we can offer you. But first let's talk about tithes and offerings. In order to receive blessings and have your prayers answered. You will need to give to the church in order to receive. You see, the funds that you give us help us to provide you a place to worship and come to. It helps us to keep our church running. Don't you think that's fair? We are here to help you folks. Because we are so influential to the American people, they will believe anything we say. So if we tell them, you need to donate, you need to help third world countries in order to, get your prayers answered and things like that, they'll donate whatever they can, even though they are as broke, as they are. So in order to help you folks have a better life, you need to help us.
Hello, I'm an NGO, non-government organizations. We are non-profit organizations, so we just want to help people and protect the environment. So environmentalist is one of my friends. CIA and multinational corporation doesn't support us because we are trying to help victims of corporate globalization. We also help to educate children of developing countries and humanitarian aid for victims of war, large-scale accidents, and disasters. That's it.
We are the third world peasants and workers, and we are in a hellhole. Thank you, multinational corporations, for that. We get paid about 3 to 5 cents an hour, and sometimes we're working 12 hours a day, maybe longer, just to make it past the day. We don't get enough food or clothing because we don't make that much money. Thank you, multinational corporations. Because we don't get paid that much. So these are our outfits. And mind you, I was wearing this for 4 days already. She's probably wearing that for a year. So our waters are very dirty because we live in a dirty place. So we don't really get baths or any nutrition in our bodies, which is why we haven't bathed in so long. But good news, our terrorist is our best friend. She is our freedom fighter for us. She speaks for us, but she got a bomb. But also the American military keeps killing her though, and our other terrorist freedom fighters, because they call it as an excuse to kill them. But thank you to the American government, we stay poor for the rest of our lives.
We are third world peasants and workers, and you American people don't know who we are. When we pop up on your TV screen, you change the channel because it's too depressing. You don't know that we keep this game going. The multinational corporations need us, so they make sure that they have a lot of us. They bring in their sweatshops, so we work for pennies a day, and keep us poor so that we're dying to work for pennies a day. They privatize our water and basic things we need, and exploit our resources like oil and crops. The people you call terrorists fight hard for our freedom so that your military can come in, kill our leaders and citizens if they do not obey. The arms dealers provide weapons to our military, and your military trains our military so that we stay oppressed. You don't know that we are 80% of the world's population, and we are literally dying for a change that won't come if things stay the way that they are.
Okay, give yourselves a big hand. You guys did a great job. Really good job. Give yourselves a great hand. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to go one more time around if you have any second thoughts that you want to contribute about the role that you're playing. Let's start again with the media. I want to turn this around and make the point about Fox News here. Okay.
Make it loud. Make it loud. Rand?
We're the media, and I can say don't watch Fox News and don't believe everything that they say because everything is lies. No, I'm just kidding. Not everything, but and I would say just watch Comedy Central.
What I can say about the media is that you should do your research when you hear news. Don't just get the first headline you hear and spread it everywhere. Try to really find out what's really going on. Don't just ask one source. Look at all the sources, look at different points of view. Try not to be too judgmental. You really gotta look at both sides of the story before you can make a judgment. So that's my advice on how to control your media influence. Thank you.
Okay, we are the American people. All we do is sit down, watch TV, listen to all the bullshit get said to us, drink beer, pay a lot of tax dollars to support all these idiots over here. We end up losing our homes and our jobs to all the third world people. And it sucks.
Yeah, we're the American people.
Basically, the WTO, our motto is to ensure that trade flows freely as possible, but really, we're actually furthering the gap between the wealthy and the world's poor, because we keep investment regulations secret.
So the WTO, it's the World Trade Organization, or as I like to call it, the World Trade Order, because we're like a corporatocracy. We're basically just trying to make money, regardless of almost everything else. There's basically only one guy that can tell us what to do. Multinational corporations over there, they kind of pull our strings. You would think that in this democratic world that we live in America, that it would be democratic process that decides what and where we can enforce our rules and regulations. But no, we have a tribunal of 3 people that decide whatever they want, regardless of whatever you guys want. So basically, when we meet and decide these things, constantly there's uprisings and organizations of the people against us, trying to get their voices heard. But with our control and help of the control of the media, we basically shun them, make it a police state, and we do whatever we want. It comes down to this. We're in the business of making money, not bettering the world, not growing the populace to a better place or ensuring our environment and our world will continue to flourish in the next generations. We want money and we want it now.
Once again, I'm in the 3rd World Military, and Pretty much, like he said, most people don't know much about the Third World Military or what they do because the media is controlled by the same people who control the Third World Military. So you won't hear about like all the killings and examples that are made of by people and the people that are suppressed by what the Third World countries and the Third World military is doing.
Maybe 50 years later, I lost our country's beautiful nature and my country's own culture no more. So now everywhere kind of westernized, all the same country. I like travel, so it's not so fun. Every country westernized. Should own good country. Thank you.
So hopefully you guys found out that there's a lot of behind the scenes things that the CIA and Pentagon does. And pretty much everything we do in the third world is to create optimum profitability for the multinational corporations.
Basically the CIA hopefully learned that we're not just trying to protect you and keep you safe. We're actually basically helping out that guy right there make his money and just steal the wealth from the American people. And really we go into third world countries so much. We have so many bases around the world that aren't even in the US. It's crazy. But yeah, thank you.
The only thing I can add is everyone in Congress is not bad. There are some good guys out there fighting for American people. But the ones that are bad, controlled by that guy over there, I think their hopes is that after their terms run out, that those guys offer them a job in one of their corporations, and that's what they call the revolving door.
So I just wanted to go more in depth with my third row elite over here. So after he signs that, we'll probably give him $9 trillion. $9 trillion. You know how much that is? For the American people over here, that'll be 30 grand in their bank accounts for Black Friday. For every single American. $9 trillion going to this third row elite. And yet, we have the third row presidents over there working for $1 a day. Now, so what we would do is we'd give them $9 trillion to two main banks. And we'll just hunt down those two main banks as they split up the money amongst all the little banks in their country. But we don't care about the little banks. We're just gonna go after their two major banks that we gave them the money with. Now, no way in hell they're gonna be able to pay that back. And we claim to bring down their interest rates, but no way they're gonna be able to pay that back. So now that's where we get the WTO to come in and be like, okay, now we own your water, your education, your schools. And then we get our multi-corporations over there to come in and be like, now I own your people. Now let them work for me. It's like, how are we supposed to do with that? And yet, we have all this money